So I've been tagged by YouTube user Fellowtuber123, and the point of this tag is to explain why live, or what would be your personal reason for living. I always normally put together a really ornate, fancy video with commentary and so on if I was going to do this kind of thing. And I decided this time that I didn't want to do that. I figured it would be much more advantageous if I was to put something together like this. Because when you ask a question, why live? That's almost asking, why fall in love? Why do these things? Why do that? And the best way to answer that is to answer it by giving the first answer that comes straight off the top of your head. And so, reason to live, number one, I suppose, absolutely, well, I would say mostly, it's absolutely the reason I live, is because I've been very fortunate enough and lucky enough to have a hand in creating life, namely my daughter. And I live to love my daughter, protect my daughter, be with my daughter, understand my daughter, and see her grow up and comprehend and ask questions, and for me to be a guide and a protector, and above all, a father. So if there is any other greater reason for living, I'd like to know about it. Now, other reasons to live. Because there is such an abundance of joy to be had in life. For me, one of the most potent reasons to live, second to that of being a father, I think is to experience love. I'm not afraid to say that. In fact, I'm proud to say it. And I have a very loving girlfriend. Her name is Denise. You can hear her voice in one of my previous videos, the Genesis video. And I'm very fortunate to have found this person in my life that's very much come into my heart. I love Denise a lot, and I know the feeling is mutual. So I live to love. I live to experience love. I live to give love and feel love in all its entirety. Other reasons would be taste. I'm a huge food fan. I love food. My father used to be a chef, and I love experimenting in my kitchen. I love tasting food. I love cooking food. I love feeding people. As you can tell, I enjoy my food. No six-pack here, pal. Sorry to disappoint. But other reasons would be things like celebration as well. I thoroughly enjoy celebration. Things like birthdays, Christmas, New Year, anniversaries, Valentine's Day, romantic occasions. Embrace these things. That's what they're in the calendar for in a year, to break up the year and make each year a bit more interesting, you know? Give us things to live for. It's been previously mentioned in a number of other videos about this thing about either you're theist or atheist and so on and so forth, and if you ever watch my previous videos, you'll know my opinion on that. Why to live? Well, is it a fear of death? Possibly. I'm not ready to die, and don't by any means. Am I afraid to die? I'd say I've got a pretty healthy fear of death. No more different than the next person. But as to believing in the next life and so on, you know, as to why live, you know, and why be afraid of death and so on. Do I believe in the next life after this one? No. I believe that if you were to believe in some heaven run by the omnipotent being, then you're putting a cap on human expansiveness. The expansiveness of consciousness. The expanse of consciousness. You fucking figure that out. So I believe in living to see as far as what is granted to me in this lifetime, to see how far human inventiveness will go, human technology, human conscious expansion. Let's see where it can go. I'm waiting for that. I'm experiencing the subtle signs of it now. My daughter comes to my place. She's 7 years old. She stays with me, and she goes on about pop groups I've never heard of. She goes on about pop stars. I haven't got a clue what they sing or who they are. They all sound the same to me. I'm not into that kind of style of music, but I think that's kind of magical. That something's invented, something's been created for her generation that I know nothing about, so she can show me her world as much as I can show her the world I live in as well. So learning and education and science and expansion, those are other things I want to see happen in this lifetime. See how far we can go. Other reasons. Besides the obvious. Sorry, I got smoke in my eye. That was clever, wasn't it? Besides that is creativity. How much can you create in a lifetime? You think that if I was to write a poem, and I could do a pretty good one, about between 15 to 20 minutes, maybe even longer if I'm really, really dealing with a heavy subject. But how much you can create in one lifetime? How much art you can create? How much poetry you could write? How much books you could put on a shelf? How much money you can make? How many people you can inspire? How much do you inspire? What do you aim to inspire? And who do you aim to inspire? And so on and so forth. So, inspiration, yes. That is another reason for living. Big time. But how much could you achieve in one lifetime? That's the question I ask myself. I think I've kind of touched on the more important aspects there of why live. To be honest with you, there are so many reasons, even to make my parents proud of me, to make sure that when their time is gone and my time comes, that I've made people proud, that I've lived on knowing people left this world proud of me, and knowing that I could go to the grave knowing someone made me proud, and that I have put pride in other people. There's so many reasons to live. You can't really answer them all. This is why I prefer to do it this way, to have the answers come straight off the top of my head, because that's all it means. That means that those answers are the most relevant. So, those are my reasons. Now, tag time.